Szép napot mindenkinek, sziasztok! A mai nap lehet kicsit hosszabban, de folytatjuk Eivor kalandjait, és az utolsó régió felszabadításán dolgozunk. Jó, nézzük meg, ugye ez merre fele van? Ez a küldetés. Aha, itt lesz a városba. Az összes ott lesz a városba. Haladunk tovább és próbáljuk ezt a régiót megcsinálni még ma. És utána pedig, ahogy látjuk, hogy van időnk, lehet, hogy belevágunk majd a következő területbe is, hogy ez egy külön térképes történet. Ugye itt az helyzet, hogy meghalt, ezen a területen meghalt a jár, és ki legyen a örököse majd, a fia vagy valaki más. És ennek próbálunk utána járni, vagy ebben próbálunk segítkezni. És a fia, ő a gyerekkori jó barátja Eivornak, Willy, és vele fogunk beszélni.
This is an excellent shield, sir. Gunnar's craft never disappoints.
And here, from the Raven clan.
An impressive shield.
It is good, but it needs a touch of grandeur, something personal for your father. A sigil, I think, marked to adorn the front. We need an artisan. Is there one in the village?
I know a man. A master craftsman in exile. He lives in a cave northeast of Hemsod. I would take you there myself, but I have Isbjorn to retrieve.
Isbjorn, your father's spear. Did he not wield it at Ulkethor?
He lost it some winters back on a bear hunt. He hit the beast hard, but the spear stuck and the bear fled into the forest.
And after all these winters, you hope to find it again and present it to the pyre. The odds are narrow, to say the least.
Fret not, friend. I have a nose for these things. Seek out the exile. He'll see to your shield.
Oké, meg kell keresnünk valakit, aki egy bányában lakik. Észak-keletre, Hemtorból. Hát, valahol itt. Hol pontoltuk? És majd ő fogja... Vagy ezt most be is jelölte? Ó. Azt hittem, hogy nekem kell megkeresni. Na mindegy. Akkor nem, akkor csak megyünk. Amíg... Jó van. Nem állunk meg mindenkinél. Azt lent a tónál. Addig Willy elmegy és megkeresi az apjának a lányzsáját, amit beledobott egy medvébe. De beleragadt. Nem láttam a repedést az előtt. Ott van valami. Mi? Ott van loot is. Na várjunk. Arra tovább lehet menni. Gyorsan beszedünk itt mindent.
The exile must value his solitude living in a hole such as this.
Megvan.
Odin's beard. You're a difficult man to find. Hemminger Jarl is dead. I was told you're a master craftsman. I seek an etching on the shield to celebrate the life and death of Hemminger Jarl.
The stones. Hemminger Jarl possessed a steady hand and steady heart. Do you possess the same?
Oh. Ezt meg kell építenünk? Nem lóghatunk ki belőle, mi? Meg kell forgatom. Az a baj, hogy így is vastagabb. Ja, de nem lehet kell minden követ felhasználni hozzá. Ja, hogy el kell érni a kört.
Your heart is not yet steady.
How could it be at such a time?
Hemminger Jarl's heart never wavered.
Ki vagy te?
Who are you? A friend of Hemminger's? Or a man exiled by his order?
It does not matter who I was. I am nameless now. I am no one.
Lehet, hogy van
You've not yet answered me. Will you help me with my etching?
How will you remember him?
By his unrivaled prowess on the battlefield.
Ah, Gungnir then. Odin's faultless spear, a symbol of power. Is this your choice?
Yes, I choose this one.
I will begin.
How did you come to be here?
Fate. I was given a death sentence. Unfairly, I felt. But a man was killed. Hemminger Jarl desired for me to live. The villagers did not. My sight and exile. That was our compromise.
Thank you for this.
His son will take his place.
That is for Vili to decide.
Vili has no say. Fate has already decided.
Hemminger would be pleased with our gift. I wonder if Vili has found his spear.
És itt van valami? Jaj, ne. Jó. Vajon itt? Ki lehet venni valami? Okay. Tehát a falusiak nem engedték, hogy ott éljen. Mert megölsz egy embert. Oké, akkor vissza Vilihez. Valami ott volt mögöttünk, de... nem igazán derült ki. Oké, menjünk.
Be my eyes, Sunan.
És mi hol vagyunk? Beszéljünk a látóval. Ez a lovunk milyen keményet, hogy ott egy patán megállt, vagy egy pata nélkül, ott a levegőbe.
Do you see?
Jó. És akkor itt csak felmegyünk.
With Hemminger Jarl gone, can Vili hold the reins? Will he guide us true?
Mit mondasz, látom? Még hogy is hívják, sztorit se fejeztük be
You
a...
are the wolf-kissed one, the raven of battle whose fame grows with each waxing of the moon.
I struggle with the choice Hemminger left for me. I would have your counsel on the matter.
A slaughter must be made. Many sheep at the bottom of the sleeping Jötun, before the pyre is lit. Follow.
Na merre megyünk, látó?
Na Káls, veistu, hann var sváblíður og nokk tekinn. Nú blóð hans gaf á regnið. Come, creatures. You are to serve the gods and bid them welcome our beloved Hemmingunjarl with ale and open arms.
Levágja, hogy is hívják ott. Birkák?
Do you have the gift of foresight, seer? Can you augur what is to come?
I see what need be seen, when it need be.
A great gift.
A great burden.
Did Hemminger Jarl consult you often? Did he unburden his woes?
We spoke often, yet too often he left with more burdens than he brought.
Worried about the future of his clan. About who would be Jarl.
Speak less, lest our words draw foul spirits to dog us.
As you wish. Volva,
Your heart is restless, your mind clouded. You seek more than a guarantee of good omens.
I seek the gods' wisdom.
You wish to know who would best serve this clan as Jarl.
I do. Between Vili and Tryggvi, there's no clear choice.
We stand in the shadow of the giant, the great keeper of secrets. Here, you'll find a drink of the resounding sea. Ascend the sleeping Jötun, consume the waters, and meditate at its peak. Do not seek answers to your questions. They will find you.
Na, menjünk meditálni.
Cast about this land, my friend.
És fel kéne mennünk a csúcsára, és ott kéne meditálni. És akkor lehet, hogy megtudjuk, hogy melyikőjük lenne a jobb jál. Mindjárt kiderül. Vagy az is, hogy kimentünk a területről, még nem.
This is the summit. To see an answer, I should clear my mind and still my heart. Hemming Jarl. Is it truly you?
Of spirit, not of flesh.
Why have you not reached Odin's Hall?
I will in time. As the flames of my pyre burn, I will ride the path of wood smoke to the All-Father's Hall of Champions.
I am grateful to see you once more, Jarl. I struggle with the task you set before me. To choose your heir is not an easy thing. One man is beloved, but does not want the task. The other man is fit for the task, but is not favored.
I could not give you any more counsel in life, A4. So too in death am I rendered silent.
Forget wise counsel and rational arguments. What does your heart tell you?
My heart is stopped. It says nothing.
This should not be my decision, Hemminger. The choice was always yours to make. You were their chief.
As Sigurd is your chief. But that does not quench your appetite for glory as you covet his place upon the high seat of your clan.
I do not seek to replace Sigurd. Fate weaved our futures long ago. We're only following its pattern.
Yet you see it coming. You welcome it.
Shall I renounce my fate then? Abandon the path to glory I walk?
No. I want you to die in defense of it.
Oh, De mi van villámló láncsája? Mint áldája.
It's not how I remember you.
Ez egy próba, most amúgy, hogy...
Too soon, Hemminger Jarl. Shire's fate is uncertain.
I trusted you to make the right decision. I still do.
Soha lett.
Edge is blunted by indecision. You late warriors now, never waver.
You did, Hemminger Jarl. You did.
And that is why my words should land true. Trust your judgment.
Au.
You pushed me, Hemminger. I never intended this.
Have no regrets, A4. You have given me the great battle death I sought in life.
You old fox. Was that the point of riling me up?
The All-Father. He comes to welcome me to his hall. And I must follow. The choice you make will be the right one.
Lényegében ez a... Üdv mindenkinek, sziasztok! Lényegében ez a második vagy harmadik olyan utalás, Ami alapján az jön, hogy mindegy, hogy kit választunk, az egy jó döntés lesz. Jó. Aktiváljuk a viewpoint. Ez legyen meg. Aztán. Jó. Hát ezt nem tudom, megyünk-e arra a sztoriba. Azért a kettőért jó lenne ellovagolni, már úgyis itt vagyunk. Annyira a képernyő szélén van. Ajaj. Ajaj, oké. Ez is ajaj. Milyen szerencsé, hogy van egy csomó kajánk. Akkor így vissza tudjuk húzni. Nem. Quest. Beszéljünk vele. Majd utána ezeket összeszedtük. És akkor folytatódott a küldetés. Azt nem tudom, hogy ez ott mi lehet. Miért máznél van, lehet, hogy majd jön ide egy támadás, vagy valami. És most tök feleslegesen jövünk el erre. Viszont szemből lehetett bemenni, ha jól láttam.
Attack on sight here. Survey the area soon.
Menjünk a... Mi ez vízesés? Hoppá! Ez is a jaj. Kikerült-e? Hát, hogy kéne fejleszteni egy nyilamat. Mutasd, mit tudsz? Erre nincs ide. Hát ezt nem hiszem. Ez egy hordobós ability lett volna. Full körbe érünk. Úgy nézett ki, mint valami Odin's Mine Hideout. Megvan a kulcs. Gondolom ezt a ládát, amivel nyitni a kulcs. Nagyon titokzatosan van elrejtve. Igen, jó. És akkor mehetünk is vissza a könyv felé. Meg a másik láda felé. Arra van 70 méterre. Talán itt föl. Az a gond, hogy jöttem befele, akkor se. Nagyon láttam, hogy merre kéne menni, lehet, hogy mondjuk a... Oké, ez megvan. A másik meg víz alatt van. Pillanat, próbálok rájönni, csak semmit nem látok az ég egyet a világon. Hát nem lett jobb. Sajnos. Valahonnan föl kéne jövő. Ezért elmegyünk. Mert ez így adja magát. Mindenkinek sziasztok! Előbb így próbáltam a falon keresztül elmászni odáig, de... Eivor nem igazán akarta azt. Csak is létre sincs. Itt le lehetne lőni. Ugye itt hagyjuk, aztán kész. Robbantós cuccra, az mihez kell? Azt a lutot az hagyjuk, azon meg eltöprengünk később, hogy még hogy merre meddig. nem értettem ott, hogy ott most mire kéne gondolni. Vagy lehet nem is onnan kell bemenni amúgy, hanem másik irányból. De annyira nem láttam semmit. Most oldalra megy. Oké. És találtunk egy ability fejlesztést. Üdv mindenkinek, sziasztok, szép napot! Ja, ezen a kellemes, könnyed nyári délutánon. Ja, utazzunk vissza, és akkor folytassuk a harmadik résszel. És a harmadik ilyen mellékküldetéssel. Jó.
This is an outrage! Our strong feelings for him.
Festive.
Too festive, and too soon. Fires, fights, and every man soaked in mead. Ugh, this has gone too far.
Hemthorpe could burn before the pyre's lit.
Gods, have I failed, my dear Jarl?
Peace, Strickland. I'll do what I can to calm things.
Ó, és meg kéne őket nyugtatnom. A kérdés az, hogy itt bent... Ő mondjuk nem tűnik túl idegesnek. Jó. Menjünk el. Hát mondjuk, jó van.
What madness is this?
You dare wash our beloved Hemingir with your filth!
I asked you a question, friend.
There's a Saxon within. One stupid enough to try sending Hemingir to heaven over Valhalla. Now he cowers behind a locked door.
I only did right by his immortal soul.
You will get what is right for you.
Calm yourselves, all of you. I'll speak with him, unmask his true intentions.
Get that stain out here now.
Bezárkózott a csávó, meg akarják verni. Mert ugye nem a Valhallába akarta küldeni a voltjárt, hanem a mennybe. Ott van egy, hogy tekercs is.
People are quite upset.
Leave me be! I did nothing wrong!
You should walk out of here on your own before you cannot walk at all.
Yes, yes, I'll walk. Don't hurt me, please! There's a key there. If you open the door, I will follow you out. Oh my god! You've got the key! Use it!
Get that stain out here now. You'll pay for your wrongs, desecrator.
Enough. Let him speak to explain himself.
I loved Hemingr. I swear. I only want him to fly free in the kingdom of God.
So you drench his body with your filth waters?
Is it your Christian holy order?
Of course. I anointed him in the name of the Lord.
Shut your mouths, both of you. Your antics have outlasted their welcome. Now go.
Oké.
Cast about this land, my friend.
És még kettő van? Nem, hát kettő. Jó, az egyik az ott lent le. Mindkettő lent van, az egyik a... Egyik lent lesz a... Ahol a maszk van, tehát ahol a feleselős történet lenne. Oda is mindjárt megyünk. De még előtte összeszedjük itt a tekercset, szedjük össze. Ó, akkor mehetünk is. Ott lesz mögötte valahol. A feleselőset most nem csináljuk meg.
Have a look, Sunan.
I didn't see them coming. Flee, warrior, flee! Loki's hold lays waste here.
You need Hemminger's favor.
Barátunkra rátámadtak a kakasok.
I didn't see them coming. I never looked down. Thank you, mighty Thor. You've saved my life.
When you sober up, steer clear of roosters.
I didn't see them coming. I never looked down. I never saw
Éha, itt meg ég minden. Ez itt nem jó.
Show me what lies ahead.
Oké.
Fire! Save my
What is this Voda you speak of?
A gift without price, fit for a Jarl's lips. But hurry, it catches flame. Fire! Save my food, I burn! Fire! Save my food, I burn! Shit!
It was too late for your Voda, as you say.
Ah, bones. I dragged it all the way from Roos. It is back to water ale for me, I suppose.
If you drink enough, ale is a fine fix to any problem.
Very true, very true. Join
Hát lehet, hogy
me,
nem arra
sire.
kellett volna hoznunk.
Orders from the steward. How to treat me, to let him know.
Ez lehet, hogy segített volna te, hogyha nem a tüzön keresztül próbálunk ugrálni.
I have calmed the guests as much as they can be in their grief.
They mourn. It is to be expected. Still, thank you.
And how do you feel, old friend?
I mourn more deeply than most, I think.
Hemminger would be proud of what you have accomplished here. All you have done for him.
I hope so.
This ache will pass, Tryggvi. With time.
Yes, it will.
The Jarl-thing is tomorrow. A Jarl must be chosen. I should speak with Sunniva about this.
Na, gyorsan kiosztjuk a pontokat. Tuk. Oké. Olyan fent följebb van, fölfele. is látom a... szembe jött a cöcim alatt. Hogy hátulról jött a... Az milyen durva, hogyha... Egyet lőbb, mint egy embereket lövünk. Akkor ugye őket megöli a robbanó, itt a malacnak lövette a fél HP-jét, az cseh. Ennyi volt. Na mondjad.
Did you consult the Volva? And were your questions answered?
Nem.
Some questions were answered. Others I must answer myself.
Nem kaptunk választ, azt mondta, hogy tök mindegy, hogy döntünk. Ez nem válasz. Ez csak terelés.
There is a place for Vili in our settlement. He expressed a desire to live and work with us.
Will he not be Jarl of this shire before the day's end?
That remains to be seen. Some are more eager to see Tryggvi in the high seat.
Eivor, Tryggvi has no intention to lead. He feels duty-bound to follow his master into death.
Absolutely not. My father would never allow such foolishness.
How else can I honor my Jarl, old as I am? This is no country for me. The future is yours, Vili.
The flames of this pyre will burn for my father. You must live. I forbid you to follow him into death. I will not let you sacrifice yourself.
Do you forbid me as a friend, Vili? Or as our new Jarl?
As a man who would see you come to your senses.
Vili. Tryggvi. Each man wears one of Hemminger's boots, with both men unwilling to seize the other.
Does the world need such useless, dithering men? Why not stake a claim yourself? Take this shire for your own.
It is not my place.
Your place is anywhere you lay your head, any hill you summit, any silver you take for your own. Do not limit yourself to niceties.
Nottinghamshire deserves a leader to admire. A man that people can trust. Most love Vili, and he loves them. But he lacks the will to be leader. He could learn, but does he wish to? And Tryggvi, sturdy and wise, and loyal to the legacy Hemminger Jarl left behind. Almost to a fault. But he is old, and his thrill for living has fled him. Hardly inspiring.
You cannot! I will not allow it!
I am not asking for your permission. Only your forgiveness.
Gods, Eivor, put a stop to this fool's death wish.
This is no small decision, Tryggvi, and not without great cost. The Shire will be diminished without you.
But I have nobody left. My life's purpose lies dead upon that pyre.
That is not so. When people look to my father for guidance, who did they see him turn to for counsel?
Hemminger Jarl was my rock. Yes, I gave him counsel, but he made the hard choices.
If Hemminger were here, would he not urge you to wield this wisdom for the betterment of all? And was your vow to serve Hemminger Jarl unto death, or to serve his legacy in life?
I will stay. You have wisdom, Eivor. More than I could have guessed.
Ugye meg akart halni, hogy csatlakozhasson a Jarlhoz, de... Ugye azt mondjuk neki, hogy ölje meg magát, nem tudom, hogy megcsinálja, vagy hogy áldozza föl magát, de akkor és ha megteszi, akkor a döntésünk az, hogy a döntési lehetőségünk csökkent volna.
Eivor!
Sunniva!
Pigs were spotted moments ago, lurking in the thicket. Ville gave chase.
Arstick. You should have roused me first. Show me where he went.
Let us wake the others. The dark is lousing with pigs.
I can take them on myself. Tell me where.
They're not far. I'll show you. His rage has consumed him, Eivor. All this anger, this sadness, it has truly taken form.
Arstick was never one to temper his emotions. This was bound to happen. I should have been more vigilant.
Do not blame yourself, Drengur.
He always had me to watch his back, as children. And again now. If this rampage is what he needs to rid himself of the sick that binds him, he will at least make sure he does not hurt himself.
Thank Odin he has the mighty Wolf-Kissed as his shadow.
There are things we do for family, Sunniva. No questions asked. For you, I would have done the same. For any of Raven clan.
We know, Drengur. That is why we are sworn to you. Here, Eivor. This was where Ville saw the scout killed and then charged after the enemy ahead. I will head back to Hemthorpe and make sure our ravens stand vigilant. Return to us safely, Drengur.
Ki hitte volna, hogy 87 méterre vannak, akkor pont előttünk lesznek. Mondtam én, hogy jön ide küldi. Ó, és lehet, hogy innen lehet majd...
Eivor, perfect. I could use your aid right now.
Oh, okay.
Stop, Villy. They're gone. It's done.
Pah! I've seen roosters fight with more spirit.
Oddly enough, so have I.
That sound. Is it thunder?
Footsteps.
We need to fall back. Follow me. Quickly!
Lejjebb vagyunk egy szinttel. Lép. Hát az ott... Hát csak próbálok rájönni valamire, Willy, hát.
Just like when we were children, getting into trouble and getting away.
Save your honey words for when we get out of here alive, Arstick.
Hát, ha ott voltak ketten, akkor elintéztük őket. Nem tudom, hogy ezt hogy tudtuk volna összeszedni. Vagy sehonnan nem tudtunk rámászni arra a kereszttartóra. És meddig kell kísérni Willit vissza a faluig? Iszonyatosan cikcakosan próbálja megtalálni a helyét a világba. Oh.
Ah, my sword's thunderhammer. That quickened the blood.
Wild and reckless, like our first battles together. Remember the island north of Stavanger?
I do. Kjotve the Cruel trained his berserkers there.
Great lumbering fools, foaming at the mouth. We taunted them from the treetops.
And the drunk one, remember? Naked as the morning. Froze his cock off trying to find us.
Then fell to humping a snowdrift.
You glad to hear from me?
Gondolom,
I did
igen.
wonder what trouble you had been up to. But I smiled at hearing your name. I wondered if you had taken after your father. If you were now leading your clan.
Well, you have your answer. I'd sooner take after a troll and leave this clan in your hands.
That I will not do.
Mit akarja mindenki nekünk adni?
When my father was named Jarl, he had no one to help him, and still he triumphed. But I am not my father. I simply want to roam. Do you think Sleipnir would be content bound to a stable, no matter how glorious it may be? Hey, what is that for?
You have friends, Billy. What about Tryggvi? Me? Your clan?
Of course, I know that.
You can't roam forever. Keep that in mind. You are surrounded by those who love you, and that will not change unless you push it all away.
You speak a truth, I understand.
Troll-faced arstick.
A chicken draugur. Is such a thing possible? For that does not seem possible.
Voda too. A water infused with fire. I do not lie. Your father's death aside, Billy. This has been good. Fun even.
Do you ever wonder what might have happened if we had not been separated by the North Sea so early in our lives? What adventures we would have had. The raids, the battles, the glory. I even think about what we might have been to each other.
No. I never dwell on our past that way. I find it slows me down to a crawl. And I'm not made for crawling. I think I'll turn in. Long day ahead.
Most, hogyha férfi Évorra lettünk volna, akkor lehetett volna Évor meleg?
You going?
With so much on my mind, I haven't slept a wink. The funeral, the Thanes. I should get back.
I understand. I'll see you there. Billy, gone already. To prepare for the funeral, I imagine.
Oké, na nézzük. Akkor beszéljünk Willivel. Bár csak látnánk, hol van, hopsz.
So many Danes, so many Norse. This will be the send-off Heminger deserves.
Nagyon csipázták Odint.
Patience are in order. Be patient, Heminger Jarl. We're about to send you on your final journey.
Eivor, my father sets forth on his final voyage.
May the winds favor him.
The nobles have offered up their funeral gifts. All but you. Present what you have, and the celebration may begin.
I have it here.
Mondjuk nem emlékszem, hogy elmentünk volna. Ja, a pajzs.
A shield bearing the rune of Gugnir, exalted spear of Odin. May it guide this great man's aim. Eternal be your war strength, Heminger. Drenched in battle dew, may you fight until the sky wolf swallows the sun.
Stand at my side.
Speak from your heart, Heminger, son.
Today we mourn the passing of Heminger Jarl of Nottinghamshire. My father. Our father. He was a towering force. A strength to fear and admire. Now gone. Yet together we are the example of his greatness. I see him in each of you. His love for battle, but also peace. For wisdom, sorrow, and joy. His generosity, his spirit. In you I see his life, and his love of drink. Gods, did he love drink? We are these things because he was these things. Father, we shall be to our children what you were to us. And when they are ready, we will meet you again.
Már megijedtem, hogy nekünk kell meggyújtani.
Give him a fine farewell.
Sunniva, ride to Hemthorpe. Prepare the longhouse for the Alving. The next Jarl will soon take his seat.
Gyorsan iszok egyet és folytatjuk. Menjünk és akkor válasszunk új járat. Hoppá, hoppá.
Shall we lock horns? Down it faster than me, and you are the victor.
Aj, nem akarok, ne.
Here got you then. Deep in...
Nem akarok jó versenyt. Meg akarom tudni, hogy ki a gonosz father. Igaz, az meg kell csinálni egy küldetés sorozatot, de... Azt hol megyek be?
Show me.
Hát talán éjszakon. Vagy itt? Hogy sehol? Jó. Oké.
Have they given their Jarl a fine farewell?
Hát ott voltál a jó ég ágyúmban.
None drank so well and so deeply as Clan Hemminger's son.
The declaration of succession must happen soon, before we are too drunk and exhausted to remember our names.
I agree. Call on those who must attend. The Alding will begin shortly.
Egy olyan opciónak örülnék, hogy a Will legyen a Jarl, és a Tigve
Eivor,
pedig támogassa őt.
You look uneasy.
burdened by grief, drowning in mead, and paralyzed by a sword. I stand between that man and Jarldom.
You stand side by side, Vili. One of you must step forward.
My father placed us side by side because he trusted your vision. So what do you see?
Drunk as you are, I see before me a man full of passion, vigor, and a love for his people. I see a Jarl. Your burden will get easier to bear. Take your father's seat and make it your own.
I will.
Good. Now let them know, Arstic.
People of Hemthorpe, of Ulkethorpe, of Snottingham. Today I pledge myself, as my father was, I shall be your Jarl. Hemminger was a hero, not for who he was, but for the people he led. With Tryggvi by my side, with all of you, we will have glory.
You have already learned that people prefer shorter speeches to long ones, Mr. Jarl.
It will take time to wear that title with comfort. My father never swore a formal oath with your clan. There was no need, for you are family. Let it be known, the Hemmingers in Clan Raven are true sworn friends from this day forward. You accept?
Aye.
Well,
Be fair. Be just. Call upon us often, our stick.
I'm sure I will.
Üdv mindenkinek, sziasztok, szép napot! Oké, akkor beszéljünk Rendvivel, és ha beszéltünk Rendvivel, akkor meglátjuk, hogy milyen opciónk van még. Ugye elvileg az összes területet felszabadítottuk. Meg a fesztivál is el kéne majd ugrani, mert vadásztunk is, valamit ott, valamiket lehet, hogy le tudunk adni. Mondjuk sört nem ittunk, de mindegy, először folytassuk a fősztorit. Aztán majd fesztiválozgatunk.
Yes, one more, and only because you all have such good taste. Now, this one begins
Okay.
a long time ago.
Randy will want to know about this. This time I return to the settlement.
Nice to see you.
I bring fair tidings, Randy. Immingar Jarl in Nottinghamshire has passed, but his clan remains allied to us.
Sad news, but you made the best of it.
I saw my old friend Willi on my visit. He's their Jarl now, and he's pledged to aid us in times of need.
Jó.
Eivor.
Has something happened?
You
Eivor, the time has come. Our time.
Our time for what?
My final glory awaits.
Oh.
Final glory. I fear to ask what that means.
Do I not speak plainly? My time in Midgard is done. I wish now to see the hall of my ancestors.
If you wish to die, it will not be by my hand.
I do not speak of death, Eivor. I speak of life. Life and glory everlasting. I know I've been in a fog these last few weeks. I know I speak words you don't fully understand. But I only ask you trust me once more. On my final voyage back to Norway, to wish my father farewell and achieve my destiny.
Back to Norway. I need to discuss this with Randy.
If you must. I will await your answer down by the docks. Do not keep me waiting.
Okay.
Good day, Eivor.
Előbb jöttem el melletted, a jó ég áldjon meg.
I want to see the Alliance map.
Hát azt mondtam, hogy...
It may be time to return to Norway. Sigurd is eager to see his father, and beyond that, I do not know.
I have heard ill news about Styrbjorn in the past year. If you go with care.
Jó, menjünk oda, és utána megcsináljuk a másik vonalat.
We'll leave now and return as soon as we're able.
Good. And be safe. Both of you.
Leveleket most nem olvasgatunk, de... Jó, mindegy, menjünk.
It's a good day for fishing.
Sigurd.
Shall we then, Eivor? To Norway, and well beyond.
To Norway, then.
Good, good. Lead on.
Ugye volt egy terület Norvégia meg a játék legelején, ami nagyon magas szintű volt.
So strange. Little has changed, but it feels unfamiliar.
A few years abroad have shaped us more than all the decades we spent here, brother.
And it's bloody cold. Colder than I remember.
Ilyen durva elszoktak a...
Have a look, Sunan.
Elszoktak a vikingek a fagyos Norvégiától.
Save it for later. This is Harald's Fairhair's kingdom now. Every peak and fjord. It pains me to say it, to think it even.
And our father, his fool. Poor man.
It is a role he chose. He bent easily and broke in half. Do not pity him.
No.
For many moons I could not sleep, always thinking of his betrayal. The horrors I wished upon him. He deserves nothing but shame now.
Put it out of your mind, Sigurd. There's no need to hound the old man.
No. He must taste the same foulness that I taste. He must know what glory he missed by staying here, the lapdog of a conqueror.
You want to speak with him?
Yes. Face to face. I will tell him the truth.
Sigurd... Hát nem tudom. Sigurd nem lett szimpatikusabb. Itt az egész régió 280-as. Igen, mondjuk nem támadtak meg minket a városon, meg a városon kívül, azért tudtunk ott nyugodtan jönni-menni.
Alrekstad. It thrives. In spite of all father, no doubt.
Are you sure of this?
I will say what needs to be said.
Do you fear his rebuke?
Oh no. I crave it. It may be the old hound has lost his bark.
Or it may be you'll light a fire beneath him, inspire him with tales of our glory.
If I do, I'll stoke that flame until it burns.
Hoppa.
What was it Randy said? Our father spends his days in the mead halls and his nights on barren planks of wood.
That's right.
We'll search the mead halls.
I remember one nearby. A sad hall where men soak their unhappiness.
We should look there.
We come empty-handed. Not even a gift to offer.
Rats don't appreciate
Make for
gifts.
the dark.
They sniff and lick them without care.
You a chipper, brother. Show me.
Ja, ott valahol a kocsma környékén lesz. Ó, meg is van.
We should go. Look at him.
Father.
Sigurd? My son, Eivor. By Odin's blessing, come and let me look at you both.
That is far enough.
Blood of Tyr. What happened there? A grievous wound you have. Are you well?
Far better than I look, I assure you.
This calls for a toast. Your journey must have been long and cold. A drink to warm your blood.
We are not here to drink or make merry. Only to look upon the rackets of a once great man.
And then what? Make new war against King Harald? Stake a claim on his crown? Is that your wish? To sow more chaos here?
You're absurd, old man. What could possibly interest me in this frozen backwater?
I heard rumors that England was infested with kings already. I thought maybe you would return here to...
I've cast aside all dreams of kingship, father. A much greater end lies in wait for me.
Sigurd nagyon bízik magába.
I've returned for one reason only. To say goodbye. And to thank you for your colossal failure.
Failure?
As a father, as a king, as a man. For without it, I would not have discovered my true self.
My failure, as you call it. My oath to King Harald was the only sensible path forward for a man in my situation.
And what have you done with yourself since? Drink heavily and weep for what might have been?
I have worked hard to broker peace across our land. To spread Harald's message of unity.
I heard you sleep beneath Harald's bed. Always at his beck and call. And that he uses your gaping mouth as a chamber pot.
You make light of my service to a great and powerful man. Is that how you treat those who serve you, Sigurd?
You pathetic worm!
Sigurd, this is not why we came.
Plans change.
As do hearts.
Not this one.
And you, Eivor?
I wish you whatever peace you may find in this new life you have found.
I did not find it, Eivor. I chose it. The only way forward that did not lead to more violence and death and grief. Your father would have understood. He died to avoid a similar fate. To save his family at the cost of his reputation.
No. My father, he was...
He loved you. That is all.
Argon nonsense. I've heard enough.
Sigurd, from the day you were born, I wanted nothing more than to pass on my title, my land, my people, to you. But 1 year is never like another, and with the passage of time, certain truths appeared, unavoidable. Ours was the last kingdom in Norway to resist Harald's advance. To oppose him would have been our death.
You do not know that. We could have fought back.
We could have, yes. And suffered countless deaths for no other reason than to protect our pride.
We will never know the truth. Because you were too afraid to risk it.
Sigurd, annyira egyszerű dolgot nem fog felagyilag, hogy ez ami hihetetlen.
And if you have the chance, lead him back from the edge of the abyss.
He is my brother, not my dog. Be well, old man. Serve your king with honor.
Úgy látom, hogy Eivor sem nagyon fogja fel ezeket a dolgokat. Tehát most
This sad business is finished. Good riddance. And now we sail for further shores. To my true purpose. To my destiny. To the end of my road.
I will follow you as far as you wish in this world, brother. If you mean to take us further, I may reconsider.
I do not think you will, Eivor. I think you will marvel at what I have to show you.
Tehát ugye itt van Sigurd, aki oké, idézőjelesen a bátyja.
Still dwelling on your father.
Not at all. I was only reflecting on my visions. How present they are.
De azért ugye kaptunk elég sok trutyit a nyakunkba Sigurdtól.
Your visions.
My earliest was of a large door embedded in ice, far north of Herdafylke. The saga stone embedded at the top of its arch. As the visions grew stronger, the door opened, revealing many things. The life tree Yggdrasil, the golden fields of Valhalla, and the faces of our gods. All of them called me friend, brother, warrior. I felt at home among them, warmed by their love.
You should know. You're not alone in this. I too have had visions.
Have you? And what did they foretell?
It is hard to say. I've seen Odin leading me into shadows. I've seen spinners weaving wild destinies from pools of blood. I saw the great beast Fenrir, the branches of the world tree, and a man with...
Go on.
Valka warned me of a great betrayal, but what form it takes I cannot say.
I see.
I hold to my oaths, Sigurd. You know that. Betrayal is not in my nature.
Of course not. You are as stalwart as a pillar of stone. Come now. My destiny awaits.
Ó, ha a sztori vége fele megyünk.
Through the waves.
Nem erre megyünk? Bocsánat. Ott van egy legendás állat, azzal lehet, hogy megküzdünk. Odafelé, majd el kell menni jobbra az első lehetőségnél.
Yes, I feel a great calm as we cross these waves.
This ordeal with the Elf King, Alfred. How far have you pushed him? Does he bend? Will he break?
Guthrum's army will be chasing him across Wessex now. With luck, he'll push Alfred into the sea.
Strange how these earthly concerns seem so distant to me.
But we've gained so much in England. We stand to win even more.
The Christians are hardy foes. They see one man above who holds the axe. One man higher than us all. That is a powerful feud.
We hold our own axe. We swing it where we may.
The woman, Fulke. In my time with her, as painful as it was, she showed me things. Things so strange and wonderful. I am almost grateful for her treachery.
What she did to you was cruel beyond measure.
Yet, with every snap of the flame, with every scar, the loss of my arm, my visions grew stronger.
Hoppá,
You can
hoppá.
find the good in that, fine. But she was as mad as the ocean is wide.
Eltévedtünk.
Even the mad ones can offer wisdom. Their Jesus was an odd fellow. Now half the known world loves him. And no one believed us when we were young, and we chiseled our plans onto tables in meat halls. Not even my father.
There is the Sigurd I know well. Can we not return to England and finish together what we began?
No, forget all that. The future is forward. A great wealth awaits us.
I am with you, brother. Until the end.
Ilyen érzésem, hogy eljutunk az endig. És az lesz majd az igazi ending. Ha.
Can't remain long in this ice bath.
Ó, Szóval nincs időnk ezt tudom, de... Ezt a macit akkor is legyőzném. Jól emlékszem, hogy itt jegesmedve van. Annyira rég jártunk itt.
Too cold. My blood freezes. Trolls, cursed creature.
Ez jó kis dodge-os csata lesz. Ez semmi. Boci, macsi, maci, macsi, maci. És le is tudjuk adni majd, ha visszamentünk Angliába. Hello! Vagy próbáljuk meg felgyújtani, nem tudom mennyire. A mérgezést azt hamarabb fölvisszük. Jó. Tök, hogy jött a hajónk. Teljesen elhasználtuk a... Teljesen elhasználtuk az ability-nket, ez lehet, hogy ha Sigurd ellen párbajozni kell, akkor az lehet, hogy hiányozni fog. Ám baj, most már ezt kifarmoljuk mindenféle külön ability nélkül. Oké, szegény maci kapta. Jó, és akkor majd el... Kicsit olyan furán áll a nyaka. Ja, majd levettük a fejét. Oké, és akkor mehetünk tovább. Úgy örült neki, mintha... Na mindegy. Jó, előre és jobbra. Tényleg? Ezt meg akartam már csinálni gyorsan. Lekaptuk a... Oké. Ultimate-re húzva a kard. Jött a pajzs is. És kifogytunk vasból. Bőrből rengetegünk van, vasunkból nincs. Viszont full fegyverzetben vagyunk. Azt nem tudom, hogy tudjuk-e majd fejleszteni-e valahol. Majd, hogy áttenni mitikbe. szedted, de majd kiderül a skills. Amúgy, hogyha végeztünk az alapjátékkal, ugye akkor nem engedjük el még a történetet, hanem nekiállunk a Wraith of Druidnak majd, és haladunk tovább azon a mellékküldetésságon, tehát megjöhet a Párizs ostroma. Itt várja Sigurdot a sorsa.
Keep moving forward!
You know the way!
As I know my own mind! We will cut through this winter sheet like swords through straw! Do not worry!
To perish on a lonely fjord would be the shame of our clan.
Ha! That we would!
Töltődik ilyenkor a... Nem tudom. Olyan volt, mint hogyha az adrenalinum töltődne.
Yes, this feels familiar! Eivor! We will press on! The rest of you, wait here!
Hát Sigurdom, könyörgöm, húzzál már bele. Jó, kövessük őt, menjünk a nyomába.
Follow me into this kingdom of snow!
Sigurd, can we not wait for this to pass?
Ah, the sting of ice on skin! Revel in this, Eivor! We walk the footpath of the gods!
To where? More glaciers and deserts of snow.
To glory!
Could we not wait until this tempest quiets down? With this ship where we have meat and food to warm us?
No! We must confront the omens and honor the gods! They will not seek or find you! We must go to them!
Ilyen érzésem, hogy Sigurd nélkül jövőn fogunk visszajönni.
You need not fear the cold, Eivor! Where we are going, the winds and snows cannot touch!
A félkezű őrült hükig belovagolt a hóesésbe és a télbe. Ja. Milyen király cím lett volna a Valhallának.
It is bitter cold, as wind from Niflheim.
Keep steady! It should not be far now!
Az lesz biztos, hogy tényleg lesz itt egy kapu, amit majd kinyit az a, mit tudom én, milyen kő. És tudunk futni? Nem is engedi a játék. Ha esetleg Sigurd ott maradna.
For the sake of frozen fingers, I hope so.
Akkor remélem, hogy vissza lehet majd gyors utazni a hajóra. Vagy legalább futni tudok majd.
There. That frozen lake. This must be it. And ahead lies a cavern.
Will you not say where this leads?
You will see soon enough.
Too late to turn back, I fear.
There! The cave! Within hides the sacred gate.
Ugye meg tényleg van itt valami, akkor meg jogos kérdés, hogy Sigurd honnan tudta.
The ice looks fragile. Can you clear it?
Ó, persze, hát a... isten ostorálnak, vagy nem, na mindegy.
My heart races. This is it.
Gods, this door. Have you seen this before? The space above. The saga stone sat there, did it not?
Long, long ago, yes. Now stand clear. Svachoi nogvat uns membro trurvondi kvorde. Uns solas vras gnokadide. Unsum huchas reisderae uchas saunsi.
How did you do this? Where did you learn these words?
I told you, Eivor. My visions are memories of a life once lived. Come.
Gods. What is this place?
Ugye ott mondták az egyik ilyen feladatosnál, hogy át kell ültetni az emberbe, és akkor lehet, hogy Sigurdba tényleg átültették a tudást. Itt lenne a láncsa. Milyen király lenne? Vagy Sigurd, és... Vagy Sigurd is egy olyan, mint hogy mit csinálunk, csak ugye neki nem a gép hozza ki ezeket az emlékeket, hanem valami ketyere, vagy mit tudom én, ital.
Sigurd, I don't know what to say. This is all so strange.
Trust this place, Eivor. This old and sacred place.
Where does it lead?
To the Hall of the Slain and the Golden Fields. To Valhalla.
Azért, hogy meg fog lepődni az összes.
This vessel, was it crafted by dwarves?
It is finely made, that much is true. I doubt Gunnar could hammer a piece any finer.
And this cavern, so deep and humming with magic.
De még látnék is valamit?
There, the old tree, the tree of life.
What is this?
See how proudly she sits, how beautiful she gleams. Here all the roots of life run together.
Skulls would cry to behold such a sight.
And there is more to come. I swear by all the names of the Old Father, this is only a taste of what I have in store for you. For my visions go further, to Odin's great hall. There. Do you feel that? The sacred energies.
I have never seen something so grand.
This shrine is ours. It will open for us. Watch and see for yourself.
How do you know these things? Was all this in your vision?
All this and more.
Ugye ez egy ugyanolyan templom, mint amit a Pitagoras is őrzött a Odyssey-be. És az ott egy édenalma?
Yes, it is returning to me now. This ancient shrine is set alight by the sphere of metal. These shining arms, these branches, they will grant us access to the refuse of the gods, to Valhalla. Are you ready?
Sigurd, take great care. We should not tinker with the tools of the gods.
You speak for yourself, Eivor. For I am no mortal. I see that now. I know it.
Oh.
Take your place at the center there, and you will see.
Sigurd! Hail, you givers. The guest has come.
Hoppá, hoppá. Rácsatlakoztattak minket a Matrixra. Ez olyan, mint Raventorba a szállásunk, de nem az lesz. Vagy egy álom.
What is this place?
Ó! És megint odinok vagyunk.
Eivor, Tyr said you would come. Welcome. Are you Velka's mother? Svala? You have a keen eye, Wolfkist.
After all this time, Eivor, we have arrived. Now raise a horn with Freya here and sing a victory song.
Sigurd, what is all this? Your arm has returned, and your vigor as well.
Glory eternal, Eivor. Here we dine in the great hall of the slain. At long last. Oh, I want to scream with joy.
This is all so beautiful. Your visions they were real.
The battle hurt blows! Come, Tyr! To the field! Fight with us!
Go, Eivor. Enjoy the fight. You have earned your place here.
Ez gyanús nekem, ezen nagyon... De én egy rugást nyomok. Na mindegy, nem ezt.
Fight me!
Beszélni kellett volna Sigurddal.
Eivor! Over here!
Sigurd, this place is incredible.
Enough with those sword flies. You and I must fight.
The battle we never had.
And hold nothing back. For here we need not fear a thing. Spill the eternal blood of Valhalla.
At last I share the din of infinite battle with a true.
Nem azért a két fillérrel, de...
Brother.
Worry not, Eivor. For we earn no scars here, only battle wisdom. The day is done.
What just happened?
Ó, basszus, ez ilyen időhúrkos cucc. Gondolom megint kimegyünk, megint azon a csata. Ugye elvileg az a Valhalla. Én szó szerint ugyanaz a... történet.
We are proud to serve you, Javi.
Wet my lips with another horn of beef, brother.
Sigurd, your arm has grown back.
It was never gone, Eivor. Not truly. Nothing is permanent here. I told you. Nothing save the courage and reputation of its warriors.
Are we immortal in this place?
Let us discover that together.
A new day.
Nekem ilyenkor futhatnék, na végre.
Bit to the marrow's bed.
Again, you've lost your arm.
And again it will return.
Father, is that you?
Üdv mindenkinek, sziasztok, szép estét. Oké. Szép estét, szép napot. Oké, akkor fussuk neki újra. Könyörgöm, miért nincs futásgomb?
The Javi returns to lead us to victory.
Skull!
Skull! Take your horn. Join the battle cheer.
Dearest Skald of war and verse, how do you like this frenzy so far?
It is quite something. Raise your horn, Eivor. What stops you? My father, Varin. Have you seen him in this hall? I have not. Should he be here? No, he died a coward. Yet by Odin's eye, I swear I have seen him.
Lehet, hogy mégis megengedte neki Odin? Mert hogy feláldozta magát a családjáért? Lehet, hogy ez lesz a megoldás.
I saw you, father. Where are you? Show yourself.
We are proud to serve you, Javi.
Great warriors, have you seen Varin?
Who?
Varin, my father. Varin? Father!
Könyörgöm!
Where is he?
Next time I lose this fucking arm, I'll beat a man to death with it.
Do you not tire of these injuries?
Never.
Wait. Father.
Ó, persze. És félszeműek lettünk, mint Odin. Most megint kétszeműek vagyunk. Érdekes ez a... időhurkos történet.
You have a guest.
You should have knocked first.
Nonsense. I brought you someone. Look.
My Eivor! There you are! What a warrior you have made of yourself! I am overfilled with pride.
How did you find your way here?
You remember our great battle? You remember how we fought, side by side, with your mother and Sigurd and our clans united?
We fought, father, but you did not. You died a coward.
Eivor, enjoy this. Your father has returned. Have you lost all your love for life?
That was not my father. That was a lie.
That was not a lie. That was my gift to you. I have power here, and I can do as I please. You wish to see your father, I made it happen. As easy as breathing.
By Odin's laws, my father is not allowed in this place. I do not wish to see him where he should not be.
Your father died doing what he hoped would save you. He died to protect you, and his clan.
No. He...
This is the end of our road, Eivor. This is Valhalla, the eternal golden field. Now come. Battle beckons.
Ó, megint ki kell menni csatázni. De végre futhatunk.
How is all this possible?
Előbb visszafordult és látott valamit. Nem tudom, hogy mennyire a gép játszik az agyukkal. Meg az anyja?
How are the slain brought here?
The Valkyries know this. Only them.
No, that cannot be true. None of this feels right.
Do not despair, Eivor. Look. Your friends are here. Everyone you could ever want is here beside you.
No, they are not real. This place is alive.
This place can be whatever you wish it to be, Eivor.
I do not want it. Not like this.
You will resign yourself to an empty death?
The ecstasy I feel here is an illusion. I'd sooner call like a raven than sing a false song.
Illusion or not, here there is no death, no pain, no loss, no betrayal, not like out there.
You want this? To live inside a lie?
I am an old woman with a broken body. What life I had left was brief. So I bid farewell to my dear Volka, and came here.
I wish you well, Svala. But this is not for me.
De ide jött, akkor az ő testét miért nem láttuk kint?
I must find Sigurd.
Gondolom ott fog térdelni a mező közepén levágott kézzel. Sigurd! Ó, eltaláltam.
always the fucking arm!
Sigurd, this is an illusion. A trick. Leave with me now and return to England. Our people need us.
No, I am no one in that world. I am somebody here. Powerful, capable, a god. Here I may live forever. Here I cannot die.
Cows die. Family die. You must die. The only thing that never dies is the reputation of the one who's died. In here, you have no reputation. But out there, it's not too late. Every day, the same empty war. The same hollow victory. Spilling blood that tastes of water and smells of grass. You have known real battle, real glory. But this is not it. You know this. I know you do. Brother, it's time to leave.
Am I destined to follow you everywhere? Till the end of my life? All right. We go.
No, you stay. I do not give you leave to go.
Most melyikünk marad?
Why leave this place? A glory you fought so hard to find. Walk with me.
Hogy mindenkivel sétálni kell, mert nem tudjátok itt helyben elmondani.
I am humbled to walk with you, Eivor. Your reputation is a song warriors will sing forever.
Fél pillanat.
You are the wolf-kissed one, who lingered at the edge of death, yet fought back.
Húha, rövid összefoglaló?
You spilled the raven wine of battle to paint whole kingdoms red. You have killed kings and crowned them as you desired, bowing to none.
Hát tényleg szerintem nagyon gyors összefoglaló.
You stood tall where your brother stumbled, yet still you came to his aid.
Meg kell küzdeni Odinnal, van nála egy nagy bot.
You have felled many great foes in your brief time. You have earned your place here, Eivor. Seize it.
Stand aside. My people need me.
I have given you everything you wanted, everything you needed.
You gave me nothing. It was all me.
Yet I cleared your path. I guided your axe.
You were a fly buzzing in my ear.
How dare you deny me? Everything you believe in stirs before you. Yet you question all. You question the very gods.
De jó.
Do not diminish yourself.
Your corpse hole is nothing but a dream.
A dream. A dream is as real as anything in this world. Do dreams not inspire? Do dreams not make us fearful? Do they not push men to their greatest glories?
Then I am done with dreaming.
Stand.
Az a staminák. Megértem, hogy hirtelen eltűnt a... A háttérbe. Ez itt micsoda?
Do not turn away!
És nem tudom, hogy jót csinálok-e. Oké. Micsoda? Oh! Mi van az Excel? Oh, oh, oké. És nem tudjuk eltenni?
You are a leader of Ainheria. Fight upon my command. Take up your axe, wield like a true warrior. Take up your axe!
Hát nem jöttem volna rá, hogy el kell tenni a baltát.
Becca's bastard! Stand and face me, you feeble-down thrall!
Odi morci. Kik vannak még itt amúgy? A szülei.
Forgive me now. You are nothing. With me, have wisdom, glory, power. What more do you need?
Everything else.
És kérdés az, hogy Sigurd is ki tud-e jönni a gépből.
Sigurd, are you with me? Sigurd!
Ah, the hanged one awakes. Feet upon the ground once more.
Eivor, be careful!
Basim, what is this?
Come closer, Eivor. Let me get a better look at you.
Leave him be, Basim.
For too long I stared at the sun. It blinded me to the truth. That it was you. It was you I wanted all along.
Did you drag us here? Like a cowardly fox concealed in the brush?
You widowed my destiny, wolf-kissed. You broke all my hopes.
He's mad, Eivor. Silence him!
Come, Eivor. Come save your crippled prince of dead ravens.
Are you hurt?
It is nothing. Go. Kill that background.
You must suffer 1,000 times what I suffered.
What is this about?
My son, Eivor. This is about my son.
You speak nonsense, Basim.
Forgiveness is impossible.
We shared so much in England, fought and bled together.
Dig, Eivor, into the wellspring of your memory.
Speak your grievance. Show yourself. I do not wish to fight with you.
Ó, persze. Azért díjaznám, hogyha a bosszoknak lenne életsíkja mondjuk, hogyha...
Let us speak.
I have waited countless ages for this moment. No more talk. I hunger for this kill.
De miért akar minket... De Basim miért akar minket megölni? Ugye bizonyos szempontból olyan vicces ez a boss fight, hogy oda...
Course. Rise. My son will not have suffered in vain.
You spout nonsense, like an alehouse drunk.
Pillanat, megszakadtunk egy pillanatra itt a közvetítésbe.
So be it. Is this what you wanted?
I want you to suffer.
De miért akarja? De mit ártottunk mi neki? Vagy a fiának?
When I have finished, you will be a sack of blood and shattered bones. And my conscience will be clear.
Hogy elhárította az ütésünket?
Damn! Let us make this more interesting. We'll drag Sigurd into the fray.
Coward! Face me! Fight me here! Be on your guard, Sigurd!
De most miért kell Na mindegy. Őszinte leszek, nem igazán értem. És vagy én nem figyeltem, és nem derült ki, miért.
Be careful! He's coming for you!
Breaker, you'll die here.
This brings me no joy, Justice Bringer. You were always so kind, but you chose the wrong side.
I am your prize, Basim. Come.
Oh, már megint fel...
Are indeed. Will you not die?
Not here. Not by your hand.
I will leave you here to die, like a rotting fruit on a dying tree. You died once, you will again.
Sigurd! Stop this thing! Douse its fire! Sigurd!
Does he still live?
He does. But in darkness.
Good. The bastard.
For how long had Basim been planning this treachery?
I dare not guess. Gods! Am I to be hounded by a parade of blood-minded traitors the whole of my life? There is no end to this.
You have something you want to say? Then say it.
I need some time to breathe. Let me sit a moment.
Őszintén leszek, nem nagyon értem most, hogy mi történt. Tehát, hogy... Basim miért...
His rage. It had a familiar sting that I cannot place.
He was raving, Sigurd. Without sense or reason. Pay it no mind.
I am not mad, Eivor. These things I see and feel, I know they are true.
I know, brother. Now more than ever. You always spoke true. We should cast our eyes towards home. It's a long journey and I'm not well.
Home. Eivor. On our journey here, I had much time to think. On the ecstasies and the agonies of our friendship. I am not the man I was. My time as the Jarl of our clan has run short. You must lead us now.
Do you mean this?
When Dag called you out and challenged you to a duel, you let him die with honor, in spite of his betrayal.
He did what he felt was right, and I honored that.
I recall our days in Oxenfordshire, our search for the Saga Stone. You disagreed with my orders, but you followed them. You questioned my methods, my aims, but you did not disobey. And I remember and admire the way you guided us from Norway to England. You kept my anger in check, my ambitions focused.
It was a trying time.
In all my days away, in my fog of confusion, you have shown great wisdom and strength and leadership. Where you go, Eivor, I will follow. Our clan is yours to lead.
Thank you, brother. I won't let you down.
You have a stormy look.
Years ago, before we left for England, I saw a vision. A vision that foretold a betrayal. That I would betray you. I refused to believe it. I would never do such a thing, I told myself. But in the years since, I have robbed you of your dreams. Of England. Of Valhalla. If you feel I have wronged you, brother, I will make it right.
We cannot unweave our fates, Eivor. All is laid before us, from the day we are born. To be angry at this would be like wrestling the ocean. A pointless struggle.
We two ragged ravens. What a saga we have inscribed together.
A tale for the ages.
Ajaj. Az úgy nem áll össze nekem.
Next are coming out.
Steady, Layla.
Were you watching my feed? What the hell was all that?
I think that was the solution to our problem.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Desmond.
Desmond? What about him?
He was just a bartender before he joined us. Not even a very good one. That's when he learned his real purpose. He was like a... I don't know, like a singularity, you know? A vanishing point. All of human history seemed to converge on him.
In 2012, the sun threw off a mass coronal ejection so large, it should have wrecked all life on Earth.
I remember. I worked at Abstergo then.
It was Desmond who saved us. He knew how to stop it.
Abstergo claimed credit for that. Something about their satellite network.
That's bullshit. It was Desmond. He pulled the switch that saved the world.
But that switch is still on. Still generating a magnetic field. One that's growing stronger every day.
The temple Eivor found. That's where the field originates.
Exactly. And it's been running for 8 years. Getting stronger and stronger. It'll be dangerous now. Heat, radiation.
Doesn't matter. We have to fix it. Shut it down.
No, no, no. Slow it down. It's still protecting us.
All of this is starting to make sense. Everything I've done, everything I've learned, it led me here to this moment.
You'll need the staff for this one. For protection. Otherwise, you won't make it past the first gate.
Right, of course. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. I'll pack the van.
And I'll contact our ship. It can be in Boston Harbor by tomorrow night.
Thanks, Bex.
Tehát réges-régen egy messzi-messzi galaxisban Desmond, mikor valamit csinált, hogy egybeolvadt a géppel, ha jól emlékszem, hogy valami ilyesmi, nem is játszottam azzal a részével szerintem a AC sorozatnak, akkor megvédte a Földet egy napkitöréstől, valahogy, viszont úgy maradt a gép, és most túl van töltődve. Most ki kéne kapcsolniuk?
I'm ready.
It's a long way to Beantown. Hop in.
Vagy lassítaniuk kéne, és akkor védi is tovább a Földet, az a valami. Meg... de nem is öli meg.
Sean, I'm here.
Ah, good. Your signal's already a little wobbly. Are you inside?
Not yet, but there's 100 feet of ice above me.
All right, we may lose touch when you push through, so remember what we talked about. Watch your meters carefully, for radiation especially, and keep the staff close.
Got it.
Standing by.
És akkor Cassandrának vagy hát amit a Pitagorasztól kapott, azzal kéne mennünk.
Zawaho en nakwat. Unsme borturwan di guarde. Ul solos fras hunakudide.
Lehet, hogy sorrendbe kellett volna, amit streambe is játszani, egy Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, és akkor úgy összeállna a történet.
The elevator still works.
75,000 years. What's another millennium or two?
It's getting hotter already.
Yes, by our reckoning, it's gonna go up by about 16 degrees Celsius.
How does it draw so much power?
Tectonics is our best theory. The movements of the Earth's crust, the churning lava beneath. Huge source of energy.
That's tech humans should have. Energy, not pieces of Eden.
Well, when all this is over, we can get a startup going, you know? Get a little workspace, buy a van, just the three of us.
Shit, you're breaking up, Sean.
Say that again, please. You're breaking up.
Forget it. I'll call you when I'm topside.
Why don't you try calling us when you're topside? Something like that.
Here we go.
Hát most nem néz ki olyan jól, mint mikor évarék itt jártak. Itt mondták is, hogy följött a láva. Azt termeli az energiát.
There you are. You're working overtime. Must have collapsed when the ice melted. Whoa, whoa!
Ugranom kell.
A pool of water from all that melted ice.
Hát biztos, hogy ez volt a legjobb megoldás, de... de... Látom. Mint ott lenne egy kapu, hogy nem mehetek át, azért eljöhetek erre. Okay.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
És akkor itt megfog. Lehet, hogy nézzem kell később egy videót, hogy konkrétan miről is szólt, hogyha végeztünk a streammel, akkor lehet, hogy beiktatok egyet magamnak. Amint úgy vannak olyan kis érdekességek, amiket így most nem értek. Nem tudom, hogy többször ki kellett volna jönnöm, például. De a játék se hozott ki. Ez a Basimos vonal is ilyen rejtély. Tudom, hogy neki megölték a családját, de hogy...
Why would anyone want to end their life here, unless they felt it was just beginning? It's just like the animus. It's just like the animus.
De ha tudta, hogy az ott bekapcsolja a gépet, akkor ment bele a körbe, miért nem kerültek ki?
This is Eivor's Valhalla, or a simulation of it. So what am I looking for? Will I know it when I see it? Something feels off. What is this? Are you doing this? Are you pushing this machine to its limit?
So here we went, in fealty to our master.
Itt vannak a 3 vaknő, akik ugye fonják az élet fonalát.
Who's your master? Is he here?
They flatter me. I am only a guest in their world. A world spun of wishes and hopes.
Basim, you sent the message. You led us to Eivor's grave.
Yes. A hopeful message, was it not?
How? You've been trapped here for a millennium. Eivor put you here.
Indeed. But I'm not alone in this place. Not always. I have a friend who helps me. Together, we read the calculations. After we located Eivor's probable resting place, I contacted you. Through the digital lasses that enwebs this earth like a spider's nest. In our day, all the world was connected like this. A superorganism of technology. The staff you carry, the temples you have visited, all of it speaks as one. May I show you something?
I imagine you can do anything you want in this place.
Not as much as you might think. I am tethered to my body, in a most uncomfortable way.
But you can slow this machine down. You know how it works.
Yes. We'll do it together. For another catastrophe is near at hand. This node of time has an ugly way of correcting itself. Go ahead.
You're a hard man to trust. You must know that.
You're not obliged to trust me. But this is all I can offer.
God damn it.
Silence, Udur. Verdandi. Skald. Be at ease. Your day of rest has come.
At peace. At last. We rest.
Is that it? Is it done? That's him! Where are you?
What is that?
Ez Desmond lesz.
Stop. Wipe everything. Run it again. Layla. Hello.
You know me?
Yes. Through the calculations I read here in the gray. 8 years ago, the odds of your arrival were 15,055,003,276 to 1. As the years passed by, those odds improved. And as of yesterday, near even. It's a pleasure to meet you at last.
Who are you? And what is this?
I am the reader of the calculations. All these possible futures for you and the world outside. I have spent much of my new life reading these, searching for a way to finish everything we started so long ago. It begins here. You slow down this machine and save the world, from which point all possible futures expand. Millions upon millions of possible roads. But in every one, another catastrophe recurs. The node collapses and the world is wiped out. The human race dwindles and fades. I must keep looking. I must find the solution for you. I must leave you with something.
This node. This is right now where I slow down this machine?
Yes. I start all my calculations from this point. The only thing I know for certain.
That seems limiting.
How do you mean?
What if you went back further, to 2012 when Desmond saved the world?
Desmond?
What if he didn't save the world? What if he walked away and let the world burn? Look at those timelines. Read them instead.
I see. An interesting idea. Fascinating. Billions upon billions of new timelines to explore.
Exactly. These are timelines that never came to pass, but they could have. If Desmond had let the world be destroyed, maybe the humans that survived would have learned something from the disaster. And maybe in one of those timelines they could have found a way to prevent it from happening ever again.
That is brilliant. How did you come to that idea?
If you spend too much time narrowing down what's possible, you may never give another thought to the improbable.
Thank you for your insights, Layla.
It's only the beginning. We have a lot of data to sift through.
Are you staying?
Until we find something useful, I will. I don't want this to happen ever again.
You may not have much time, Layla. The machine is powered down, but the radiation, it will linger for decades. By my calculations, you have 73 seconds before your exposure is lethal.
I'm not worried. I have the Staff of Eden. It heals and protects.
No. You do not.
What? How? Of course.
Of course.
Fuck. All right. Find a solution together. However long it takes. And if that means I can never leave, so be it. owe this to the people I hurt. The people I love.
Yes. I know the feeling.
Let's get going, huh? A few billion timelines might take a while.
It will. But it will not feel like it. That is what I like about this place.
I'm with you.
It worked perfectly, my dear.
Is the Mad One here?
No, my love. Only we remain.
And Layla?
The air of memories fulfilled her role perfectly. Now then, a new world awaits.
Sean, Bex, I had a choice. And I chose to stay. You'll wonder where I am. You might wonder if I am. I don't know how to answer that. But I'm not afraid. And I'm not alone. We have work to do. Work that may take us days or years. It's impossible to say. But we'll finish it. What I mean is, don't come looking for me. It's too dangerous and too late. Take care of yourself. Take care of the world we still have. And take care of...
You see, she's fine. In a manner of speaking.
A manner of speaking. Jesus, we have to find her.
You heard her. She doesn't want to be rescued.
Bullshit.
In any case, there's nothing left to save. Not after this long.
Because of you. You left her there.
This is all a bit much. I know. I'm in the same situation.
No. You're in a class all your own, man.
We're assassins now? Not hidden ones?
From the Arabic, Hashishin.
Ah. And do we have a mentor? Is that still the practice?
We do.
Name?
William Miles.
William Miles. I'd like to meet William Miles. Would you bring him to me?
We can call him. Encrypted line. You can talk to him right now.
No technology. Face to face. A meeting of minds. It's time to take the fight to these Templars, as you call them. I won't go anywhere, my friends. Your animus is in good hands.
How much do you know?
My dear, we invented such things long, long before you did. I'll figure it out.
Tehát akkor a... Bezénbe...
a nice place to die, Eivor. Not everyone gets to choose. You bested me. I don't know how, but you did. Yet, I'm the one left standing. And now, I can take from you anything I want. Your memories, your skills, your secrets. They're all mine. And when I have them, I will put them to good use. To find my children. And bring my family back together. A quiet place to find an end. I almost envy you.
Itt valami villant az előbb.
Hello, little fella.
De miért a mókusra fókuszálunk?
Tools or instruments of torture? Or both? Is it wishful thinking to believe this device has a thought interface? Do I really have to use my hands and voice?
Oh. Aha, ez majd segíthet megtalálni a templomokat.
The bleeding effect shouldn't take long to kick in. A few days at most. So here we go.
És most hogy éledünk újra bent? Mint bezém? Oké, srácok, ide folytatjuk legközelebb.
Steady, Eivor.
Eivor, Sigurd. Tovi. Welcome home.
Kicsit sötétebb most a helyzet. Mármint az egészet, mintha...
We missed a great feast, it seems.
Eivor! Sit a moment and rest.
Sigurd.
For me.
Gift of the gods, you are back.
Safe and standing tall.
Did you find what you were looking for?
We did. We did. But it was not for us.
What is this?
Eivor's returned! Inside of the hearth, come!
Your secret is no longer safe.
Eivor? Randvi? What is this? Is everything all right?
Our Jarl's Kuna has returned to lead us forward into an uncertain future. Will you speak to your people?
For love and joy, words can jade. Our souls must sound in a heartful song. And when... No. You're less mine than I'm yours. And I ask of you only this. Keep me honest in the times to come.
Hearken well in Hall of Kings. On ocean steed my words gain wings. Odin's mead I forth will bring. For noble deeds thine honor sing. We meet and blaze our trail of red. Till Odin gazed upon the dead. The poetry sound the mighty horn. For those who fight, for those who fall. For those who fight and those who fall. May horns resound the mighty horn. For we who fight, for we who fall.
Looks like I have a new letter.
Na nézzük, gyorsan fussuk át, hogy akkor mit tudunk, és mit nem tudunk. Rend. Jó, őt le kell győzni. Beszélni kéne Rendlivel?
Sigurd.
Eivor, before you say more, I must tell you something. Randvi and I have ended our marriage.
I am sorry to hear that.
Ah, do not be. We adore one another dearly, but our marriage was not built on love. We were brought together as an act of peace. I was pledged to her well before I knew her, and though we have tried to settle our differences and find love in our faults, it has not worked out. And so we have dissolved our bond. Yet as a clan, we will grow together.
And I'm glad for you both, and for the rest of us. This place would not be the same without you two.
Okay.
Greetings.
I want to see the Alliance map.
Ó, ide került. Jó, jöjjünk erre, ide, és utána megyünk oda.
What can you tell me of Vinland? Is it a real place or merely a rumor?
Rumor or not, I found someone willing to sail you there. She claims to have seen it once before.
If she's willing to risk her life beside me and make the long journey, I'll take her at her word.
Nessa is her name. Meet her at the docks when you are ready to leave.
Oké, menjünk oda, nézzük meg, utána nekiesünk majd az utolsó nagy területnek, és akkor az lehet, hogy engedi itt a klánnal való, a templomosokkal való leszámolást.
It is a long voyage, Eivor. Be careful.
Jó, ezt majd a következő streambe kezdjük. Még annyit szeretnék csinálni most, hogy ez itt a vadár.
Impressive. Never seen anything like it.
Okay. Az azt jelenti, hogy már azt mondta, hogy itt lesz-e valami. Jó, oké.
I would like to see what you have in stock.
Done for now.
I have something that may interest you.
We always have need for this. Excellent. I'm looking for this.
Nincs semmi, amit tudnék neki adni. Többet kéne vadászni.
Bringing me this would be helpful. I could really use this. This will help us. I'd pay well for this. Good. This will help the settlement.
Okay.
Nothing else?
I'm off. Be well.
Say hi to Petra if you see her.
Jó, és még gyorsan elnézzünk a fesztiválra. Cső, mi a fele? Nincs itt ISS challenge.
Ava, child of Vec.
Nem. Ez volt az.
I should see what needs to be done around the settlement. I should see what needs to be done around the settlement.
Jó.
We'll need to fill our stores if we're going to be ready for a long voyage. We'll need food and materials. A feast and some acts of bravery should help raise everyone's spirits.
Meg azért nem mutatja, hogy mi kell ide. Na jó, srácok, innen folytatjuk legközelebb. Köszönöm szépen, hogy itt voltatok. Meg a pontokat kiosztjuk, és legközelebb innen folytatjuk. Így. Sziasztok!